Is that a pen in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be reviewing a very iconic pen. A pen that is everybody's grail pen. I showed it on one of my last videos. It is the Montblanc 149. This is the biggest pen that Montblanc makes in their Meisterstuck collection. To give you a little bit of a history about Montblanc, they've been around for 90 years. How do I know that? Well, after doing some research, basically I have the 90th anniversary Montblanc regular Meisterstuck Classique. I have a Montblanc Le Grand, and I have a Montblanc 149. But today we're going to be focusing on the 149, their biggest pen. And the pen that I use the most, actually. It's the perfect size because I have rather large hands. And you know what they say about guys with large hands? We also have large feet too. 12E actually is my size. So basically, what is so special about this pen? It has a piston-filled mechanism, okay? It is made out of their precious resin, which is a high-quality resin Montblanc produces. And on top of that, it is absolutely gorgeous. This is a number 8 sized nib. Hopefully it'll focus. And essentially what that means is this pen has a ginormous thing attached to it to lay down some ink, baby. I mean, just look at the beauty of that feed. That is really, really epically cool. And it has a nice piston mechanism. I'm not going to operate it right now or else I'm going to get ink all over my suit. And if you like black pens, this is the way to go. The length is approximately a little over 6.5, 7 inches. To compare that to actually a TWSBI VAC 700, it is actually about the same size, but it's so thick and girthy that it actually looks almost like it's smaller, but it's not. It's the same length, but it's fatter. This is a serious pen. This pen is going to get you noticed, and not only that, but you can post it. It's got a wonderful 18-karat gold nib, and this actually came with a medium nib, which surprised me that it was actually slightly on the fine side, which is nice. And it wrote beautiful out of the box. Just needed a slight little tweak, tine alignment. These are one of the few pens that are actually factory tuned, which means that Montblanc, before they send their pens out, they actually test the thing. They dip it in ink, they make sure it writes, and make sure it writes well, and they do a slight factory tune, what they say, to make sure the flow is correct. Now, how much they actually do to tweak it, it depends on where you're buying it from, I think, and who else touched it before you got your pen. But if you get a nib right from the factory, it's generally in pretty good shape. It might need a slight tine alignment, and that's with any pen, because I believe that all pens need a little bit of tuning. Now, in terms of smoothing, none needed with this. This has a beautiful feel in your hands, just a slight, and I mean very slight, hint of feedback, just so you feel it on the paper. It is a very therapeutic experience writing with this thing. It is like an extension of my arm. I use it in business. I use it every day. And it is so enjoyable, and it really makes me very happy when I write with this. I feel like I'm important, like I mean something in the world. I know it sounds absolutely ridiculous, but this is like the Mercedes AMG or the Porsche Turbo. You know, a German high-quality, high-engineered machine. Are they overpriced? Yes. Can you get them cheaper besides MSRP at a Montblanc shop? Yes. I would look at Fountain Pen Hospital. They have the best prices that you can kind of get on these, and if you talk to them a little bit, they might be able to get you a little bit more of a discount. The best you're ever going to do is 20% off of the $9.15 price, and that's subject to change because they might go up. So I actually got this before the price hike happened, and it was much more reasonable, we'll say. But this is a relatively new pen. It's over about a year and a half old, around there. Almost, yeah, about a year. Actually, it's exactly a year old because I got this on my birthday. Thank you, Megan, for getting me this. My girlfriend got me this. Greatest girlfriend ever. So, without ado, this also makes a really cool gift, ladies, for your men. If you want your man to love you forever, get them a Montblanc 149. I don't care how much it costs. And if they're fountain pen collectors, they will be very happy They will love you, and they're going to go return that favor and get you jewelry that's much more expensive probably. So trust me, you'll get a return on your investment. All right, with that ado, let's go to the writing sample. But before we do that, just look at that 18 karat gold medium nib. Absolutely gorgeous. Piston filled. I don't know exactly how much ink this holds. For a piston filler, it's probably over 0.5 to 1 milliliter in that range. It's not a huge ink capacity though. And the piston mechanism is a little persnickety, so don't crank on it too hard when you clean it, okay? When you clean this, it's relatively easy. You just let the water in and out until it runs clear. I like to soak it overnight if I can, but that'll get all the buffuncus out of it. And we must say no to buffuncus. Now with that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the writing sample. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Montblanc Warden 49. The biggest pen that they make. Just compare this to some of their other pens. It is just wonderful. And without ado, let's see what this press and resin beauty can accomplish on paper. I know this is what everybody's been wanting and thinking about. Alright, beautiful. Oh, just a little bit of red, but I'm running out of ink actually. So, trust me, this thing is the ultimate writing machine. This is going to be my sentence. Every good boy deserves a Montblanc. $149. You thought I was going to say Ferrari, didn't you? Oh, I love this pen. This pen's almost a year old, and thank you, Megan. I love this pen, and thank you for getting me for my birthday. And ladies, your man will love you forever if you get this for him. It will pay dividends, because if you buy him this pen, he will reciprocate and get you jewelry that is more expensive, so it might be worth the investment. Look at that beautiful number 8 size nib. That is one big mama jama. If you compare that in size to a number 6 nib, let's just use this because it's on hand. You just see the difference. I mean, just look at the difference in nibbage here between a big nib and little nib. I'm gonna be kicking your butt. I'm better than you. Yes, get away, you steel tip pen. So anyway, not that this is a bad pen, but this thing is amazing. Oh, look at the line variation. Thin lines, thicker lines. And the feed just keeps up, unless you're running out of ink. I have to put a little bit of ink in there and squirt it in. And it keeps up all day. Look how wet this thing is. I mean, just lays down a nice patch of ink. It's not too wet though. It's not a gusher, which is what I like. It's just that perfect, you know, 7 out of 10. Wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful. Bellissimo. I don't know if this is how you spell bellissimo, but it is bellissimo, regardless. I'm Italian, but I can't speak it or type it or spell it. So this is the Montblanc 149, everybody. Done out. Make sure you keep your pens cleaned, your nib tines aligned, and your pens inked up.